What an awesome trip this was. Leaving northern New South Wales, heading for Rosewood. We travelled along some dirt roads from Bow Desert to Rosewood. There were some awesome tracks. First night of camping, we stopped at Lake Crestbrook, then continued on some more dirt roads up to Kenilworth. What a place. If anyone liked the GPX files to all the tracks that we did over the last 4 days, send us an email. My email is in my channel description. Dave would like to tell you a little bit about his bike. It's a machine. It's a beast.
Hello everyone, going to try and give you a little bit of a heads up on some of the modifications I've done to the old girl. Apparently there's a bit of interest in it. Started its life as a 1980 BMW R80 ST. It's changed a little bit, as you can see. I'll give you some motor details. Changed the heads and the barrels to 1000cc even rock kits. I've also changed the carbies over from the Bings to the 38mm McCuneys, and moved all the breathers up so that they can go up to sort of tank height if I end up going through any deep water, which is what I've also done with some of the breathers on the diff, or all the breathers, diff, gearbox and everything goes all up there nice and high. I've also fitted a Ducati permanent full charging system, which you can't see obviously, tucked in behind here. The idea of that is the standard BM system is a little bit wanting, so this way I can basically have full charge at any one time, which has certainly helped the bike out considerably. Moving on, I've also fitted a custom oil filter, which you might have just had a glance of before. Did a little bit of internal plumbing and external plumbing to get to a stage where I could fit that, have it removable, also doubling as a bit of an air cooler for the oil, an oil cooler, obviously just through the dissipation of the heat through the aluminium coil on there, which also acts as a bit of a stone guard. That's roughly all I've done to the engine. Did I mention the clutch plate? I hope I mentioned the clutch plate. It's got a, not that you can see it, but it's tucked in behind there. The clutch plate now is capable of being oil and water resistant as well, which is just an improvement that was required due to the fact that when she got wet, she didn't want to go through any water very much at all. I've also customised an exhaust system which runs right through and obviously tucks up underneath, as you can see, with this rather unusual system that goes up to a homemade muffler, which has been functioning fairly well. I do apologise for the filming. I am no artist here at all. So again, a customised, sorry about the digits, customised muffler. It's all been running quite well. I did have the engine, which is now overdue again, for, tuned on a dyno in regards to getting the air mixture right. Hence these were required. Yeah, it's a little bit overdue for another tune-up. That was probably about 2 years ago. Even though I've only done probably about 20,000 Ks on it, I've modified too many things and it needs another little tweak. That's about it for the engine. I'll catch up with you soon. The old BM starts off with a 50mm extension on the swing arm, which you can see through the spokes there. Also, that helps to bring up the XL rim. They're actually 19 on the rear and 21 on the front. I've also done a lot of what they call space framing, I guess is the proper terminology. You can see all that going on, I hope. All up through here, oops, there we go. All up through here, if I get it right. I'm going to take the wobbles out of this one. All up through there to help brace the swing arm itself, due to the extra loads and so forth. That has also been continued on the actual main frame. Not continued, but separately obviously done, all on the main frame, which goes all the way from these guys here, all the way up and travels right up underneath the tank, on both sides obviously. I won't bore you with the other side, one side's boring enough. Which travels all the way up to the front here, which ends up right up here. I'll try and get you a better shot. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Get you a shot. You can see it goes right up to the frame up there, even up to the new head bearing mount. That new head bearing mount was designed and installed due to the fact that with the extra load of this slightly large 40 litre tank and all the rubbish that I carry when I go away, so I like to go solo sometimes, the extra load was just pounding the original bearing to death. Moving on, you can see it's got different forks on it as well. The different forks are KDM 50mm motocross forks for a much smaller bike, but I was after the actual 50mm stanchions, which are fit into these nice billet mounts for the yoke. The idea of all of that is obviously to stiffen it all up, including revalving and respringing to support everything that was required there. Going back to the suspension, obviously there's a bit of that framing again I was mentioning before that just disappears down and up. Made a huge difference, I might add. I used to think the W in BMW was for wobble, but it's not now. Moving right along, went to the expense and trouble of getting a Wilbur's shock. As you can probably see, everything hanging off here. Fully adjustable. Went to a lot of trouble with the importer at the time down in Melbourne to communicate with the Germans who were building it, and Wilbur's were just getting into motorcycle shocks at the time, and they were brilliant. They needed all the dimensions from pivot point, the extra length of the swing arm. They wanted to know all the weights and potential loads that I was going to put on the bike, which I was honest with, and they've come back with an amazing system. It's top of the range fella, which still worked out about half the price of an Oland's, and really efficient. So I've got to say they did a brilliant job, absolutely brilliant. Okay, we've covered the front end, the shock. That's about it, I think.
Somerset Dam, I think it is. Lake Somerset, that's what it is. What a place. It's a dam wall. Hey, that's pretty cool. It's got to be said. What did the fish say when he hit the wall? Damn. Yeah. It's got to be said. I'm sure there's an applause. So we're just travelling through Esk and probably coming towards the end of it. Nice little town. So forward from us is Fernvale. I believe this is Wivenhoe Dam, and we are driving over the dam wall. quite interesting. This looks like the spillway bit. Yeah, pretty flash. Yeah, that's the spillway. Very cool. Just coming away from the dam, the temperature has gone up a few degrees. So right now it's 30 degrees, and back there at the dam was probably more like maybe 26. It's amazing what a bit of water does. So just stopped for a pie back there. That was an awesome pie. Probably one of the best pies I've ever had. Couldn't believe it. So we're off again. Sooner or later, Dave here is going to peel off, and I am going to chug my way down the coast and heading towards home. And that's Dave. Thanks for taking me out, mate. That was a really, really good trip. Loved every bit of it. Been on some roads that I haven't experienced before. Really good sense of direction that you had. That was awesome, mate. Loved it. It's a really peaceful experience when you head out on roads like that. It really opens things up. You need that from time to time. Thanks again, mate. Safe travels. So I think that trip is finished up. So I'm heading up over Tomlin Mountain now, and on my way home. Hope you like the videos. Please subscribe and do all those things. And I'll see you on the next trip.